Hello everyone, Storm 101 here. Today we'll be taking a look into a winter storm that's going to be becoming likely at this point, be going on across portions of the Central Plains and also portions of the Midwest as well. And we'll be taking a look into my snowfall forecast on it. We'll also take a look into a couple of models. There's also going to be perhaps an issue with there could be some ice across some of these regions here, and we'll also be talking about a little bit about that as well. But let's first take a look into the RGM, or you could say the high risk Canadian, which this model does a really good job with winter storms, with snowfall. It's pretty accurate, stuff like that as well. I like this model a lot. It's done a pretty good job on the past couple winter storm events. So, now this is going to be a widespread snow event. Now, some of the heaviest snow it's likely to be focused on mainly across these regions in here. This is the area we'll probably have to pay attention to for some heavier snow there. And it's going to be quite a widespread event across some of these regions right up here as well. You can tell by that snow, by the snow band right here. That's going to bring in a round of light to moderate snow. There could be times that could be heavy. You can also notice across Kansas here, there's a lot of icing going on with a mix of freezing rain, sleet, and some snow across those regions there as well. And this is going to be continuing to kind of move to the northeast here. And this here will get eventually getting into Iowa, Wisconsin, northern Illinois, Minnesota, and Michigan as well. And you can see there with that band of just heavy snow right here. I'm thinking about shifting my snowfall forecast a little bit further south. We've been seeing a little bit traded a little bit further south, although some also been kind of going back and forth. This could be a good sign for Chicago, but don't really want to hype it up though. Just to keep in mind because things could still change. But you can also see here widespread light, moderate snow across portions of Dakotas, Minnesota, all of Wisconsin, most of Iowa, eventually getting into Michigan there as well, and even back across Nebraska there as well. You can see here then it dies down as it gets into Michigan, it'll die down as well. And then eventually we're gonna watch uh, this region right here for possibly any more snow here, which we'll talk about in another video here because there's not really been a whole lot of changes with that. So, although I might update later tonight or tomorrow, something like that, if we do see any major changes. Which so far there really hasn't been major changes with that. So this is the high risk Canadian. This is its snowfall forecast. Let me get a different color here. So, as you can see here, we got generally 5 to up to 8 inches of snow going on across southeastern Iowa, northern Illinois, and southern Wisconsin. Even got much higher amounts back across Nebraska. Even got some decently high amounts across portions of Michigan here and there as well. But look across most of Minnesota. Even goes off to the screen here. Widespread, you know, really. Hold on a minute. So really a widespread, 2.5 to 5 inches of snow across a good chunk of these regions. There's some isolated plus amounts there as well. So it's definitely looking like a pretty widespread event, but some of your heaviest snow it's going to be kind of in a narrow band here. Now Nebraska may actually get most of the snow, but we'll see about that there. But I think the main area of focus will be here, where all of this heavy snow will be training all across these regions here with just multiple rounds of heavy snow. But we'll definitely watch back across Nebraska as well because some also are trending higher amounts across those regions there as well. We'll look into the Weather Prediction Center's outlook here. So this is overall winter storm impacts here. And as you can see here, now areas in the orange there, that's moderate impacts here. And in the reds, that's major impacts. So this is definitely becoming a little bit of a major winter storm here. You can see a couple areas of, oranges, even across portions of Kansas there as well. Areas in yellow, that's just minor impacts there. Areas in the, light blue, that's pretty limited. So basically, the areas to watch will really be areas in the orange into the red. I mean, in the yellow, there'll be minor impacts there. So just to keep in mind of that, and that's the Weather Prediction Center's outlook there. So let's take a look into the original Canadian model. And as you can see here, and then again, a little bit lower amounts here, trending a little bit lower amounts across, southeastern Iowa here, which is definitely interesting with a general 5 to 8 inches of snow. Meanwhile, across a lot of these regions, right up in here, it's general 2.5 to 5 inches, and there's some isolated higher spots to 5 inches across some of these regions here. So it's a widespread event, but most of your impacts is likely to be defined across southeastern Iowa, northern Illinois to southern Wisconsin, even back across Nebraska as well, which will move our view over there. If I could get to it. Well, let's look into a little bit more of a national look here. This will be a little bit better look here. So then again, you got pretty high amounts across portions of Nebraska, and then you got your other hot spot right in here. These would be the two areas to watch for a lot of snow. Now, areas across these regions here can see quite a bit of snow as well, but the impacts will mainly be minor. Just to keep in mind that, although that's a pretty good snow for a lot of these areas as well. Which I understand people in Chicago, I've heard people on Twitter talk about you guys as being a snow home. This could be your chance to actually see a decent amount of snow. The good news is for you guys, we've been kind of seeing some of these trends kind of go a little further to the southeast, but I will not try to hype it up much, any at all. As I'll try not to there, but so areas in Chicago, people that do live in Chicago, you guys are probably on the edge of some of the higher snowfall totals and also the edge of not much snow at all. So we'll watch for Chicago there. Hopefully for you guys that this will trend to the southeast here. So let's take a look to the herd model here, and you can see here definitely showing some higher amounts here. Now areas in the reds here, that's a foot plus of snow. Now this is probably a little bit overdone here. It's also a little bit of a different look. You actually got some higher snowfall totals more focused across eastern Nebraska and even including southeastern South Dakota there. But I'll just let you guys know that the herd model does not do a whole lot of good job with some of these winter storm systems. Also, this is probably overdone here. But tell you guys this, that the models I just showed you, the high-risk Canadian, in the Canadian model, these models do a pretty good job. So we'll probably trust these a little bit more with the snowfall amounts here than some of the American models, which the NAM and the high-risk NAM, which I won't show you guys those, did a pretty bad job on the last system. It was a major bust from those models. So we'll be following the high-risk Canadian for now. But you can see here about the her model, which it did do a decent job on the last event, showing some higher amounts, but I think that's overdone there. That would be a major winter storm if this were to verify there, and that could cause a lot of issues out there. So for a lot of you guys who are interested, I'm sure you guys are interested, what are the snowfall totals for the National Weather Service offices here? So we got a general, 5 to Really, 8 inches of snow, pretty widespread here. Generally 5 to 8 inches of snow. They do have some areas over 8 inches of snow, a little bit more focused across east central Iowa there. There's even another hotspot across portions of South Dakota. But you can also notice here, not that much back across Nebraska there. I think they're going to need to up those snowfall totals some, since we're starting to see some trends to a little bit higher amounts across or portions of Nebraska there, which will move our view over there very quickly here. So you can see here for Nebraska here, you do have some snowfall amounts really anywhere from 3 to pretty much 3 to 5 inches across these regions right here. 3 to 5 inches. Then you got these areas down here, current right now forecast of 1 to 3, and then you got these areas up here, they're 6 plus there as well. But again, I do expect this to change some more, and I would expect some snowfall totals to probably go up across south central Nebraska since we're starting to see a little bit of a trend, uh, with trends going towards that way. And let's kind of quickly move to the north central United States here. And as you can see here again, with some widespread, 3 to 5 inches. You can see here it's over across. Generally, south of this green line here, those are snowfall totals 3 to 5 inches. And the north of the line, it's really, 1 to 3 inches, with northwestern South Dakota left out. Some of those areas could probably see a coating of snow, uh, but probably not an inch there. But I'll say some of these regions here could probably see a coating of snow there. Let's talk about the ice. Now, of course, the models I'm going to show you guys here, they don't do a good job with ice. And as you can see here, pretty healthy ice amounts. Actually, I need to back this up real quick. That's including the next event. There we go. So, you can see here about his ice amounts here. Pretty decent ice amounts across these regions here. But keep in mind, the models does not do a good job. They always overdo these ice events here. So I think the max, ice accumulation could probably be a quarter of an inch here. And I think it's going to be mainly, just south of the heaviest of the snow here, which will probably be trying to average it out. Probably somewhere right in here could be some ice there. So, but we'll be watching that closely. Typically, it's hard to predict with ice here. It's hard to forecast, I should say. There. And here's the NAM model again. It's going to be overdoing these ice amounts here. Ignore this here. Uh, but as you can see here, pretty decent ice amounts, anywhere from a tenth of an inch to half an inch of ice here across these regions here, especially across these regions right here. But I think the max ice accumulation is going to be a quarter of an inch here in general. So, but really, even for a quarter of an inch of ice, can cause some issues there. Power outages, very slick roads. It's going to put a lot of pressure, on those tree limbs and stuff like that. So ice is just not a good thing. So just to keep in mind of that. Now this is only 24-hour ice accumulation. You can see here, not a lot to talk about here. You can see here anywhere from 0.01 of an inch of ice to those pig colors are showing, in this region right here, about 0.05 inches of ice in some isolated areas there as well. So there will be some ice accumulations, but it probably won't be major. I mean, to be considered to be major, I consider it past a quarter of an inch of ice would be major there. But below that, it's going to be minor to, no impacts. I mean, no impacts right there. Minor here, and you got major and just beyond there as well. So just to keep in mind of that, we'll probably only talk about some minor accumulations from ice, although some areas could probably reach a decent amount of ice as well, but we'll be paying attention to that pretty closely. Alright, so here's my snowfall forecast here. And as you can see here, we got a very large area, 3 to 5 inches, although some areas could see less than 3 inches and some areas could see over 5 inches snow. Just to keep in mind of that there. And to keep in mind, that's just isolated areas, but the general 3 to 5 inches, generally saying there. I do have south central Nebraska here in the A+ range, even including far northern Missouri, southeastern Iowa, eventually getting into northwestern Illinois, eventually getting to south central Wisconsin. Some of those ranges could see over 8 inches of snow, which includes Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, Iowa City there as well. It does not include Rockford, Illinois, just to keep in mind that. It does include Janesville, Wisconsin. Then we got this other area of 8+ inches, which includes Gothenburg, Kazord, Lexington, Kearney, Gibbon, and some of those other towns as well. I do apologize, I'm not going to be able to pronounce those. Then we got a pretty large area of 5 to 8 inches, bullseyed across a good chunk of Nebraska here, which includes Norfolk, Nebraska, Columbus, Lincoln, Omaha, and eventually getting for Waterloo, Iowa there, Madison, Wisconsin, and getting to Milwaukee here as well. I may need to expand it to portions of Michigan here, which that'll probably include Muskegon there, but we'll see about that there. Then areas in the light blue here, that's general 1 to 3 inches minor impacts. Not too big of a deal, which includes Dickinson, North Dakota, and which it barely includes Chicago here. Like I said again, for people that live in Chicago, you guys are going to be on the edge, seeing a lot of snow and maybe not much. So it's going to be hard to predict for you guys there. Grand Rapids, Michigan, you guys could probably see 1 to 3 inches. Then areas in the white could probably see anywhere from a coating to an inch, which does include Rapid City, South Dakota, as well in Pura, Illinois there as well. This is not the final product. I'll probably let you guys know on Twitter. I'll probably make an updated map on this here if it's needed here. But again, this is not the final forecast. I'll probably have a final forecast on it tomorrow. But anyways, guys, that's all for you guys today. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did like this video, hit the like button. If you really do like my channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you never miss an upload. If you guys got questions about this, you can put in the comment section down below. I'll answer you guys' questions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.